Greetings and blessings to everyone. Here, Pastor Hector Quinones, going over side by side, book number 3, chapter 7, book number 3, chapter 7. We're talking about gerunds, infinitives. We're going to be reviewing the present perfect and present perfect continuous tenses. We're going to be discussing recreation, preferences, discussing things you dislike doing, as well as habits, describing talents and skills, telling about important decisions. Please repeat the vocabulary right after me. Let's begin. Enjoy, like, hate, can't stand, avoid, begin, start, continue, keep on, quit, stop, consider, think about, decide, learn, practice, my favorite way to relax. I like to relax when I am making the decision to watch TV, to dance, to swim. That's one way I can relax. Please repeat after me. Watching. Remember, there's a difference between this sound. If you say washing and watching. The first one, shh, it's when you're telling somebody to be quiet. Shh. Washing. The second one, watching, as if it was the choo-choo train, right? Please repeat after me. Do you like to watch TV? Yes, I enjoy watching TV very much. Watching TV is my favorite way to relax. Okay. Question number 1. Do you like to paint? Yes, I enjoy painting very much. Painting is my favorite way to relax. Please, following the script that is here, follow the script, and please complete exercises 1 through 8. And for number 9, you come up with your own example. Now we're going to do the reading titled Enjoying Life. Please repeat after me. Remember, try to repeat in the same beat, at the same speed, with the same pronunciation. Howard enjoys reading. He likes to read in the park. He likes to read in the library. He even likes to read in the bathtub. As you can see, reading is a very important part of Howard's life. Patty enjoys singing. She likes to sing in school. She likes to sing in church. She even likes to sing in the shower. As you can see, Singing is a very important part of Patty's life. Brenda enjoys watching TV. She likes to watch TV in the living room. She likes to watch TV in bed. She even likes to watch TV in department stores. As you can see, watching TV is a very important part of Brenda's life. Tom enjoys talking about politics. He likes to talk about politics with his friends. He likes to talk about politics with his parents. He even likes to talk about politics with his barber. As you can see, talking about politics is a very important part of Tom's life. Here is the reading checkup. Here we have a little script, a little dialogue. Use this model that is here to create your own model. Let's continue on. She hates to drive downtown. Repeat after me. Like to work. Like working. Hate to work. Hate working. Avoid working. Does Helen like to drive downtown? Does Helen like driving downtown? So let's repeat again. No, she hates to drive downtown. You can also say, which is what we're practicing here, she hates driving downtown. She avoids driving downtown whenever she can. Or can't stand to drive. Or you can also say, can't stand driving. So let's look here. You can say, let me pick a line here so I can show you. This can come to here, this can come to here. You can say both. So I can say, I can't stand to drive. Or I can say, I can't stand driving. Okay? But which is better? There is no better. It depends on you. So following this example, please complete the exercises below. Number 1. Does Albert like to travel by plane? No, he hates to travel by plane. You could also say, does Albert like traveling by plane? No, he hates traveling by plane. So, please complete the exercises below, 1 through 8, and then create your own example for number 9. Then we have the section, how about you? Please answer. What do you enjoy doing? What do you avoid doing whenever you can? We have a reading about bad habits. Please repeat after me. Jill's co-workers always tell her to stop eating junk food. They think that eating junk food is unhealthy. Jill knows that, but she still keeps on eating junk food. She wants to stop, but she can't. Eating junk food is habit. Is a habit she just can't break. I'll repeat that again. Eating junk food is a habit she just can't break. Vincent's friends always tell him to stop gossiping. They think that gossiping isn't nice. Vincent knows that, but he still keeps on gossiping. He wants to stop, but he can't. Gossiping is a habit he just can't break. Jennifer's parents always tell her to stop interrupting people while they're talking. They think that interrupting people is very rude. Jennifer knows that, but she still keeps on interrupting people. She wants to stop, but she can't. Interrupting people is a habit she just can't break. Walter's wife always tells him to stop talking about business all the time. She thinks that talking about business all the time is boring. Walter knows that, but he still keeps on talking about business. He wants to stop, but he can't. Talking about business is a habit he just can't break. Based on the 4 readings that we just completed, this is the reading checkup. Please use this model to create your own conversation based on the information that you have read. Now, how about you? Do you have any habits? Excuse me. Do you have any habits you just can't break? Tell about them. You say, yes, I have 2 habits I just can't break. They are, and go from there. Next, how did you learn to swim so well? Repeat after me. Start to swim. Start swimming. Learn to swim. Practice swimming. Please repeat the conversation after me. How did you learn to swim so well? Well, I started to swim when I was young. Or you can say, well, I started swimming when I was young. And I've been swimming ever since. I envy you. I've never swum before. I'll be glad to teach you how. Thank you. But isn't swimming very difficult? Not at all. After you practice swimming a few times, you'll probably swim as well as I do. So I would like to remind you, very important in this section, here we have the verb to swim, right? The verb swim. We have the infinitive, like in Spanish. This would be the ending, nadar, right? So we have ar, verbs that end in ER, and verbs that end in IR in Spanish. Nadar, comer, dormir, right? So in order to say it in a sentence in this manner, where you're asking the question, you have to use the word to. This is just a review. But I wanted to remind you that here, like we talked about last week in last week's class, you have the past participle for swim, okay? And the reason why you have to use the past participle is because here we're using have. So we are actually saying, I have never swum before. Now, the three columns for the verb swim. Swim, present, past tense, swam, and past participle, swum. You need to make sure you practice your irregular verbs, okay? Practice irregular verbs, learn them, so you can keep on using them. You are now going to use this script to complete the exercises here. Number one, how did you learn to draw so well? Well, I started drawing when I was young, and I have been drawing ever since. I envy you. I've never, let me hear that past participle verb. I've never drawn before. I'll be glad to teach you how. Thank you. But isn't drawing very difficult? Not at all. After you practice drawing a few times, you'll probably draw as well as I do. This exercise is extremely important for this chapter. Please make sure that when you are looking here, we have again the auxiliary verb, but now we have been. When you have been, you're going to have the ing ending. Don't forget. Now here, look, we have again the pronoun with the auxiliary verb, but we don't have ing here. So you have to put in here past participle. Oh, you get it. Too much typing. So make sure that you put, so let me just write for you here the different verbs for draw, as you have to make sure you review all three. So here we have first one, I'll draw it here. We have I just want you to make sure you remember this. We have present tense, we have past tense, then we have past participle. So we have draw, drew, drawn, right? Yeah, box, boxed, 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 and so forth. You need to know the difference between what is regular verb and an irregular verb, where the change is not ed. Okay? So please make sure you do this carefully as you complete all of them. And for number 6, create your own example. Please repeat after me these expressions. Expressing appreciation. Thank you. Look at my mouth. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. That's very nice of you. Guess what I've decided to do? Decide to buy. Consider buying. Think about buying. Let's repeat the conversation and then we could practice with the exercises. Repeat after me. Guess what I've decided to do? I remind everyone, when you are pronouncing, I've, teeth, lip, I've. What? I've decided to get married. That's wonderful. How long have you been thinking about getting married? For a long time, actually. I considered getting married a few years ago, but never did. Well, I think you're making the right decision. Getting married is a great idea. Okay. Follow the script for the exercises. Number 1. Guess what I've decided to do? What? I've decided to get a dog. That's wonderful. How long have you been thinking about getting a dog? For a long time, actually. I considered getting it a few years ago, but never did. Well, I think you're making the right decision. Getting a dog is a great idea. So when you look here, you are going to, this might be a little confusing, but you're going to have to take the verb, getting a dog. Considered getting a dog. Getting a dog. I've decided to get a dog. All right, so when you look here, you see the same thing. Here you see the verb to get, right? Getting married, getting married, getting married. So follow the same pattern when you're doing the exercise. So there you go. You have all the exercises 1 through 8. And then please make number 9 your own example. Here we go. I've made a decision. Repeat after me. Begin to eat. Begin eating. Start to eat. Start eating. Begin. Start. Keep on eating. Continue to eat. Continue eating. Quit eating. Stop eating. Quit. Stop. Remember the S. Mouth closed. Stop. Let's look at this example and then you can proceed to do the exercise. And again, irregular verb. Present begin. Past began. Past participle begun. I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided to quit eating junk. That's great. Have you ever tried to stop eating junk before? Yes. Many times. But every time I've stopped eating it, I've begun eating it again after a few days. Or you could say, I've begun to eat it, up to you. Well, I hope you're successful this time. I hope so too. After all, I can't keep on eating junk food for the rest of my life. So using this script that they give you here, using the example, please complete the first one. So let's do number 1. Bite my nails. So we have to remember, what are the 3 verb tenses for present, past, and past participle? Okay, so let's see. I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided to quit biting my nails. That's great. Have you ever tried to stop biting them before? Or biting your nails before? Yes, many times. But I've stopped biting my nails. But every time I've stopped biting my nails, I've begun biting them or biting my nails again after a few days. Well, I hope you're successful this time. I hope so too. After all, I can't keep on biting my nails for the rest of my life. So remember, why did you hear me say them? Because nails is plural, and it will be them. So you can choose to use that as well. Please complete exercises 1 through 5 and do your own example for number 6. Reading important decisions. Please repeat after me. Jim had to make an important decision recently. He made an appointment for an interview at the Textron Internet Company, and he had to decide what to wear. First, he considered wearing a sweater for the interview. Then he thought about wearing a sports jacket. Finally, he decided to wear a suit and tie. Jim thinks he made the right decision. He's glad he didn't wear a sweater or sports jacket. He feels that wearing a suit and tie was the best thing to do. Emily had to make an important decision recently. Her landlord sold her apartment building, and she had to decide where to move. First, she considered moving to another apartment. Then she thought about buying a small house. Finally, she decided to move home with her parents for a while. Emily thinks she made the right decision. She's glad she didn't move to another apartment or buy a small house. She thinks that moving home with her parents for a while was the right thing to do. Nick had an important decision. Not had an important. I forgot to read make. Here we go again. Nick had to make an important decision recently. He got out of the army and he had to decide what to do next with his life. First, he considered working in his family's grocery store. Then he thought about taking a job in a restaurant. Finally, he decided to enroll in college and study engineering. Nick thinks he made the right decision. He's glad he didn't work in his family's grocery store or take a job in a restaurant. He feels that enrolling in college and studying engineering was the smartest thing to do. Maria had to make an important decision recently. She lost her job as a bookkeeper because her company went out of business, and she had to decide what to do. First, she considered looking for another job as a bookkeeper. Then she thought about working as a secretary for a while. Finally, she decided to enroll in technical school and study networking programming. Maria thinks she made the right decision. She's glad she didn't look for another job as a bookkeeper or work as a secretary for a while. She thinks that enrolling in technical school and studying network programming was the best thing to do. Okay, so now you're going to look questions 1 through 10. You're going to answer them if they're true, false, or maybe. Maybe could be something that wasn't in the story. Now, I'm going to challenge you. And I'm going to ask you if it is false, please correct the statement to make it true. Okay? Very good. Gonna do a listening exercise. Get ready. I'm gonna read the script to you. Here we go. Listen and choose the correct answer. Number 1. I avoid going to the mall whenever I can. Me too. What does that mean? Does that mean she enjoys going to the mall or she hates it? Very good. Number 2. I've decided to sell my car. Your beautiful car? What does that mean? He sold his car or he's going to sell his car? Going to sell his car. Number 3. Please try to quit biting your nails. Okay, Mom. What does that mean? Does he bite his nails or did he stop biting his nails? Very good. Number 4. Do you enjoy traveling by plane? Very much. What does that mean? I mean, she likes traveling by plane. Very good. Number 5. We're thinking about moving to Florida. Oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? That means they're going to move to Florida or they might move to Florida. Very good. Number 6. I've been considering getting married for a long time. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Is he married? Number 1, he's married or no? No, he isn't married. He's thinking about getting married. Number 7. Don't stop practicing. Don't stop practicing. Okay? What does that mean? That she's going to continue practicing. Very good. And the last one. Interrupting people is a habit that I just can't break. That's too bad. What does that mean? Does that mean he interrupts people or does that mean he doesn't? Bad habit. Very good. Please repeat after me. I like to watch TV. She hates to drive downtown. How did you learn to draw? I started to skate last year. We decided to move. I can't stand to wear a tie. Is that what you said? No, no, no. It says he. He can't stand to wear a tie. They've already begun to eat. I continue to worry about my health. Then you're going to proceed and you're going to complete the journal exercise and you're going to fill out this section. Remember, I want to correct your notebook. I want to check your notebook. So please, let's make an appointment so I can sit down with you and check your answers. Repeat after me. Decide, learn, to, avoid, consider, enjoy, keep on, practice, quit, stop, think about, begin, can't stand, continue, hate, like, start. Watching TV is my favorite way to relax. Next one. I'm thinking about getting married. So as we can see here we have, this is the gerund here, ing, in Spanish, gerundio. Here we have it as well, okay? When it is the object, you will use it in this form. When it is the subject, you will use it in this form, okay? Which means that you're going to see that this is the topic that you are referring to. Please repeat after me. Begin, start, can't stand, hate, consider, think about, continue, keep on, enjoy, like, quit, stop, avoid, decide, learn, practice, box, figure skate, gossip, interrupt, retire, surf, tap dance, tease. All right, everyone, well done. Have a wonderful, fantastic day, and remember, please continue studying. Blessings to you. See you next time.